All right, let's go ahead and share then like what we talked about for cake. So T, can you write this down? Okay, so right now we're in the stage. If you look in the document that I put all your guys' feedback in there, by the way, that's what that is. It's pretty much we're going by the Scrum workflow, but we're kind of creating like our own too, which is kind of cool, which I'm just going with it. I'm not trying to change it. I'm just going with the flow of things. Yeah. So and it's working so far. So basically what happened so far is we have can you pull it up to you real quick, the document I sent? Do you mind? Or can somebody? Yeah. Or like or go to Google, the link I sent you. It's the Google Docs link.
Yep, on it.
Thank you. All right, so let's see, how do I even start to explain? Well, once you open it, I think I shared it with you too, under your Mad Empty account. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Okay, so go ahead and zoom in. I can't really see that. Let me see. Yeah, okay, perfect. I can see it now. Okay, so if you look, go back up to the top real quick. Yeah, that's great. That's perfect. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do so the planning's pretty much done, guys, because planning's when you plan that you're going to have. Basically, in the situation, it'd be like a client, for instance, that would be like, okay, guys, I want like the software made. That's like the planning part. So that's done. So now we're doing like requirement analysis. So T made the good idea that what we should do is we should compare, right? T, do you want to go ahead and explain that?
Yeah. Okay. So based on what we researched yesterday, so what we got to know was by comparing, there are a few stuff which is common in between all of these tools, and I think we'll have to have those tools like compulsorily in our tool also, because we have to meet the market standards, and these guys have already set the market standards. So our first priority should be to meet those standards, and then we'll have to improve upon those. So
yeah. And we need to find out what they're doing wrong, and we need to fix that too. So
yep.
From what you guys have compared, from all three of you guys, so I'm gonna ask all three real quick. So I'm gonna ask UT, I'm gonna ask Tom, and I'm gonna ask Ashlyn. So from your T, starting with you, what is the difference? Go ahead and answer the thing that I asked you, I guess. The two things that you can see that we, need, or it doesn't have to be like any specific order, but like just like from your okay, like what you think.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the first thing the tool is missing is for teams to collaborate and put in their ideas, like brainstorming idea sessions. So
like a whiteboard.
Yes, like a whiteboard. So basically drop in all of your ideas in that so that you can come back later and look into what you guys spoke. So
perfect.
So according to what I saw, ClickUp was the top-notch thing. Even that didn't have the facility to do that, and I think we can surely add that. That would really help us in the planning part. So
and the profile page.
Yep.
And the profile page.
Yes, and a profile.
And the profile page. As a matter of fact, as I know, what I also noticed too is there's no tutorials. So like when you go on there, I think there should be some sort of like maybe like a little walkthrough tutorial or something like as you click things, to like help you kind of explain like how it works or like because there's no like explaining.
We can do there's a library to do that intro. Tarun, remember I showed you.
Yeah, you showed me a question.
Even we can even do like the whole, this is how we do it. This is like how it's going to work is, first start off this way and then you can move over to this way. So you can say this is how you're going to brainstorm with your team first. And like, you know what I mean? Exactly how it works for us too. We don't have to follow a certain standard. We don't even have to do the Scrum standard. We can do like our little, how we've been doing our project so far. How we're handling cake right now is how we can kind of like, does it make any sense? Because like one thing I did notice though is like there's no tutorial. Like like how sometimes you can go on a website and kind of like hover and it says, okay, click this and then drag into here and then that's what this does. You know what I mean? Something like that maybe.
Yeah, we can have something like that. Roshan already told me how we can do such stuff, and that's completely possible.
Perfect. Okay, so far we have for requirements, write this down. So we have which I would like if you guys can start having like a notebook and pen with you at all times when you work, that would be really cool. It's just convenient because I think that writing down notes even on regular paper is just I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead. So requirements. So let's put in we decided what the first one would be like a whiteboard, like a brainstorming session for teams.
Yep.
Okay. Now would it be like exactly set up like whiteboard? Because that would be really badass. I mean, I think it's a lot of work, but I mean to have something like whiteboard would be really, really badass. to like where people can like sketch, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it could be a really basic one though, you know, like the one on our iPhone just like a basic one, like where it's like a really basic whiteboard, like a markup, you know, markup on iPhone.
Yeah.
Maybe something basic like that for like the for like our whiteboard. Does it make any sense? Or like what
Yeah,
like what's your vision of the whiteboard? Like when you say like team collaboration? Like,
so what I think is we have one huge ass plain screen, and then options for people to drop in their files and put in sticker notes and small stickers and stuff like that for them to just come back and see what they've thought about. And it's basically like Figma's FigJam file, but then a bit more stuff added to it, like importing your own files and stuff.
And did we used to have a software like that we paid that's paid subscription thing? What was it? It was actually really cool.
Yes, the Milanote.
Milanote was pretty badass.
Yep.
That was a really cool software too.
So something like that for the mood board.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And we also have to consider our mobile too, because like I'm the type of person, I like to have a way that I can leave like little voice memos to myself and notes. Like when my dad was in medical school, he told me that like having voice memos for him was just like the most important thing that got him through, was like taking like just recording like the meetings that he was like the lectures he was in, and like just for people to have the option to be able to do that, you know what I mean, to have like reminders and like notes. And like what's also really sexy, I think it's so good looking, is, you know, like on Hive, I said sexy for a calendar, but if you go like on Hive or whatever, there's like this little there's like this how they have the calendar set up is just really, really cool. I don't know, have you seen that before, Teeth, the calendar, how they have Hive set up?
No.
Okay, so I don't know if you have to be logged in with your account, but it's like really, I think that would be a really good idea for us or you can go to the YouTube video, and it's not that one. It doesn't look like that usually. It looks if you go, there's a YouTube video where I explain it, but we can do that later. Oh yeah, okay, go to the in the middle, or wait, where is it? Go down. Oh yeah, wait, no, top. Yeah, right there. Actually, no, up one. Right there. Let me see. Click that real quick. Wait, yeah, click that. What's that? No, that's not really it, because what it is, it's like, okay, if you look over to the top right, it's like it has like your scheduling and stuff for the day. Like you can look at your schedules, like each time slot. It's like on the right side, there would be like a little skinny bar all the way down, and it has each time slot. Does that make any sense? And then you can have like, yeah, Brush just put it on Zoom if you want to look at it real quick. He just put in the chat bar, the chat on Zoom.
Scroll down. This is the status, this is the list, task, and
Calendar.
this one.
Yeah, this one's different.
Calendar.
This one looks a lot different than the one that I was.
Oh, you mean the Gantt chart? Oh, wait, go down. Go down. The next one. Yes, Alex, is this the one?
Yeah, we're gonna have to have Gantt for sure, but no, it's not this one. It's not what I'm talking about. But this is perfect. No, it's like a personal calendar that has like a slot or something that like shows like your. I'll have to show you. I'll show you guys later what that is. But I think that the Gantt chart is going to be really important. What do you guys think?
Gantt chart is one of our requirements.
Necessary, requirement.
Okay. So whiteboard, Gantt chart. Okay, what else did you figure out besides Team Collab?
The Gantt chart comes under the development part. Actually, it comes under the design implementation part, but
the front end part.
Yeah. Yes. The other things. Okay, so yes. So
these are requirements. These are things that we absolutely have to have. So
yes,
like so far. Okay.
So
and what else did you come up with?
Yeah, so far whiteboard and then the Gantt chart. And then after that, what we need to do is just like how ClickUp, Wrike, and every other tool does it. We need to organize each and every small task, and we need to call it a task. Yeah, we need to call it a task, and then basically hook it up to the Gantt chart. So as teams are finishing their tasks and stuff like that, this constantly updates the chart and just increases their progress. And
so are you explaining the development process, Taran?
Yes, that's again a part of the development process.
Did cover, we can figure that out. We just need the requirements now.
Yeah.
Well, I think also, guys, we also need to really lean for teams more towards like our size, because I've realized too, like even though we have the option for all these tasks, we don't really have that many tasks. You know, when you have like a small 5 team, does it make any sense? Like you can work on the same task for like. So like I think we need to have something that's going to be also for teams like our size that don't necessarily maybe need a Gantt chart, or like what do you think that they maybe could utilize? Or like what could we utilize
Like
that
I
could be
don't
more
think
efficient?
Alex, I don't think Gantt chart is necessary. Like depends on the team size, dude. Because Gantt charts are mainly used to find who's the blocker, like who's taking
Yes.
most amount of time and stuff, right?
Oh
It-
shit, is it? Oh,
yeah.
okay, I didn't even know that.
Like so, if
Okay.
Sean's taking example, if Sean's taking more time to make a 3D model, you can find that out using a Gantt chart,
Yeah,
and you can find out how many hours too.
Okay, cool. As far as those like small team organization, like for like 5 people, like I think that there doesn't have to be like all the task assigning and all that stuff, honestly. Like there can be like maybe like where instead of the project manager assigning all these tasks, why doesn't the employee instead write every day like what they're doing or something like that? You know what I mean? And then like
Like
get
a
it
work
approved.
journal, like what we are doing.
Exactly. Like I think that we should have like a work journal section for our app, because I don't see those on any of these apps, like a work journal. You know what I mean? Like a way to you know, like a work journal. You know what I mean? Just it's what it is. It's a work journal. I think that some people just kind of prefer the old school of being like, okay, so today's date is whatever, and I did this today, and I did it for 4 hours, and tomorrow I'm starting on this. You know what I mean? And it's that simple. Sometimes people, that's all they want. That's all they need. So I think that we should have that option too. What do you guys think?
Yep. We can surely have that.
Okay, cool. Okay, now what's something that you noticed that the teams mess up on that they don't have?
Did most of the, for example, ClickUp and Right, both of them on their mobile version, they have far less features than their desktop version. That's what the community says. And I think we need to make sure that all of the features are there on the mobile too, which we have on our desktop version.
Yeah, we don't want it to be overwhelming either, because you have to remember it's a tiny little screen.
I think what we can do is we can give two options to these guys, like simple and advanced. So at the beginning, while logging in itself, we'll ask them like, what kind of UI do you need? A simple UI or a advanced UI? So that,
or we can ask them to start blank, you know, right?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Or we can ask them to start like, or we can ask them to like start. That's almost okay. Listen, this is the thing. We don't want to give people too many options because then they get confused. Doesn't make any sense. We need to choose for them.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't have to be a advanced versus a non-advanced. We need to make this have to work for everybody. Does it make any sense? Like in a way that it's going to work. But that's why this is very challenging, guys. You know, this is not going to just be overnight easy. Like it's challenging, but like I said, it's going to overwhelm people. If I went on something that said, okay, do I want advanced or easy? I'd be like, what the fuck? I don't know what to pick. Like I would want to pick the advanced one because I would think that's what the better teams would have. But then at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? I would be like, but then I would be confused, kind of like not really confused, but just kind of like set off. Like people, when they first get on an app, I'm telling you, they don't want to be overwhelmed. They don't want to be like in too much, because when I went on ClickUp, guys, and I tried that when I first got on ClickUp, I was so overwhelmed that I didn't want to go back. You know what I mean? I was like traumatized. I was like, this is too much. I was like, I can't handle it. You know what I mean? I was like, we don't want to push too much on people when they first get on the app. We want to make them feel at ease, you know, like it's all good, you know, chill. Like it's cool. Like here we are, we're here to like help you and your team. Like, and also we're here to help your clients, like, you know, but like at the same time, we don't want it to be like, okay, and we have 1,000, you know, connect to Microsoft and then you know what I mean? ClickUp was like, whoa. And then you have like the guy with like the ship. He's like making like the ship in the beginning, and like it's just intense. You know what I mean? It's pretty intense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to. I think we need to focus on the like that. What I like about iPhone is iPhone doesn't have all the options as Android. Yes, you're right. It doesn't have as much customability, but it gives you the apps that you need and it works. Does that make any sense? The apps that you're given, they work though. So why have a billion different options of different things when it works, and it works well and it looks good? Why have all these different 1,000 options of different things? That's what I like about iPhone is I can literally turn on my iPhone and it's ready to go. I don't have to customize all this different stuff like and do all these different things. It's just ready to go for me. Like it's simple, you know, it's simple yet complex, I guess, at the same time. I don't know. T, you're an iPhone user. Do you agree? You obviously you guys use iPhone for a reason, right?
Because I'm used to it. That's the reason. And it's
well, you're used to what though? You're used to what them kind of choosing for you, though, right?
Yeah, the system, their iOS system. But I think by eliminating the option of having additional stuff, I mean the world is filled with different kinds of people, right? People don't just like iOS, but there are also a lot of people who like those advanced stuff. So I think by limiting ourselves to just limiting the options, we are just kind of cutting down our target audience, don't you think? Just a thought.
Yeah. I mean, but then why are people so turned off by ClickUp though?
people are not actually, that's again the same.
Everyone I talk to is turned off by it. They say it's overwhelming. Every person I've ever come across.
So Alex, what about this? What about at the start? So as soon as you enter the app, you are introduced with the intro.js, that introduction thingy, which shows you around. It should show you around the simple stuff. So if you've been using for 2 or 3 weeks, and then Tarun, okay, we'll do that, right? Like if you're a user for what 2 or 3 weeks, and then we can run another intro.js thingy for the advanced side.
Yeah, that's actually, we don't have to do 2 or 3 weeks. They could do it immediately, maybe. But the thing is we need to,
immediately you can go to the settings. We'll give them a button or something.
Absolutely, but we should introduce it as simple. Does it make any sense? Maybe, and then if they want to, they can be more advanced. We'll figure that all out. That's actually more part of like the. That's more part of the. Right now, we're just trying to figure out requirements that are needed. Yeah.
Important.
But that's more of the actually. That's going to be you, Rush. I think it's more like system design, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So whiteboard for team. But I'm bringing on a few more developers too that are gonna help as well. Wait, hang on. Okay. So whiteboard for team. Gantt chart. Okay. What else can we use for time track? So probably time tracking too, right?
Time tracking. That's the biggest part. The thing is, most of these tools offer time tracking as that paid version. So if we can try and implement that into our free version, that'll be really good selling point. And also, I think as you're tracking time, the system also should push it to the Gantt chart to make sure that this employee has worked for so and so at this point of at this date, and it has to
as an option though. Because sometimes that might make your employees feel like you don't trust them.
Yeah, and Tarun, and like, see, dude, like when I'm working, right, most of the time my current task, so if I'm building a chat for Cake, right, that doesn't get over in 1 day. So basically I cannot put in my daily task that it's been completed, and if I will put it on my daily goals, but if it pushes it to the Gantt chart, right, it's gonna cause problems.
Okay,
I just choose a trust. I did. Go ahead, T. What?
Yeah, most of these tools have just either yes or no, like have you done this task? But what if we can make something like a progress, like I've done this much of that?
Okay, so their problem will be like, so just look at virtual world, dude. We just did it. We thought we were almost complete 15% more. They give us the models, and then we're back to 20% complete because of the optimization part. So literally be fluctuating around. So that
what I've noticed about these project management apps is everyone's saying that you should do like little tasks, right? Like if you do like little tasks and stuff and do like little bits at a time, I don't like that. I think it makes it more complicated, to be honest with you. I think that micromanaging a task is making it more complicated than just a task itself. Does that make any sense? So like, I think we should do it by like maybe 2 to 3 days for the task to get done, instead of being like, okay, so you made the red part for the sleeve. Okay, that's down, guys. We got that one down. Okay, sign off on that. Okay, so you know what I mean? Like we don't need to microbit it. Does it make any sense? Like in like little tiny. I think that makes it more. That's honestly for me makes it more complicated for me, because guess what? That's more tasks given to people. That's more like, you know what I mean? That's just more. So like, why don't we need to decide then what's considered a reasonable, I think, amount for like a task? Does it make any sense? Like, so maybe like a whole entire model, let's say for instance for a house, like maybe Sean would do. So like, would a task be considered the entire house, or would a task be considered maybe half the house, or would you split it like in the fourths, or like what do you guys think? Like, or
because
I mean, because
if he's going to be making an entire house, the task should be the house. It shouldn't be divided even further, because
no, I'm okay, but I'm talking like a house, and then like, but that's like one model though, you know what I mean? Out of like if that's not his only job though, you know what I mean? That's just, he's having to build like, let's say model house, but that's just it depends on how complex the house is though, right? So like if you can go inside the house, if it's just an outside house, right, that depends on a lot of that. But like, let's just say that he has to do like a model, and it's going to take him probably a day to do the model, right? I mean, that should be a task on its own. I think that we should do it by like, if it's going to take about a day to do a model, that should be the task for the day, is get the house done, right? That's what I would think.
Yeah, but then
instead of like,
whatever tasks they're giving, it will be done by the users anyways, right? It's not going to be done by us. So I think we shouldn't even worry about that. That's up to the user, right?
Yeah, and we can do the same thing what Asana is doing. You can add a task if you want. You can do what Alex said. So assign a task. It takes 3 to 4 days. But if you want to split it into
Not 3 to 4.
micro
That's a
tasks,
little.
you can
Yeah,
add
that's kind of a lot.
subtasks. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot, but you can also add subtasks, right? In
yeah,
Asana,
yeah.
you
You
can
can
do
have
the same.
Asana's.
It's
Asana's a really
optional.
good example
Hmm,
of what
Yes.
Yeah, Asana's a really good example of what we should strive to be for sure. I think that
Yeah.
Asana did a really good job. Um,
So basically,
but
it's
like then
optional.
again, we have to understand about something though. People, all cars do the same thing, but people have thousands. There's thousands of different kinds of cars, you know.
Hmm.
And not to mention the only thing I've ever seen even similar to like cake tracking for the clients is Jira, I guess. But Jira, they just kind of threw it in there. They haven't specialized in it. So that's the things that I think are going to set us apart is the fact that we have a thing where clients can log in and they can see like the progress and stuff like that. And not only that, it's because it's going to be like fully it's going to be, you know, more towards them and stuff. And not only that, but then also the profile, like, so for instance, when you log into Cake, so like let's say that Sean goes in the morning and he wakes up and he goes to log into Cake for the day. So like that's what his work every day, he'd log into Cake, right? And then he's gonna log into like a profile page, like if you were like on Facebook or something, you know. And that profile page is going to be, instead of like for social media, it's going to be like his work. He can even upload his own picture there, you know. And then it's going to be like his own little workspace, you know what I mean? It's going to be like his own little place to feel like it's like his own, so he can always have somewhere to go back to. Does that make any sense? So like T, you were on my same level with that, right?
I was until the part where you can upload all of your personal stuff, but usually
No, not upload all your personal stuff. I didn't say that. No, I did not say that. I said you can upload a profile picture.
Profile picture is
profile picture.
completely fine. That's completely fine.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's all
like,
I meant. Yeah,
you
profile
like
picture.
social media and something, right?
No, I meant like social media. I said not like social media.
Okay, no.
I said yeah. I said not like social media. I said it's gonna be like a Facebook login, but like not like social media. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be like where, you know, you're gonna have the option to like share like your picture and of you and your dog for the day. It's not going to be like that, but it's going to be, I think that since we're all used to the social media setup of the profile, so like don't think of it as social media, think of it as a profile page. Okay.
Yep.
But the social media setup is always the same. If you notice on Instagram, Facebook, it's always the exact same profile setup. And that's what I think we should do because it's familiar to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You log in, there's your picture, there's your name, and you can, and that's pretty much, you know, and then you have like, it's just because they've had years and years and years to figure it out. You know what I mean? Facebook and Instagram and stuff. If we're going to do like the whole profile page, like Instagram and Facebook and all these places have had years and years to take feedback and figure out what works. Right. So like, why, you know, we'll let them do the work for us then. Right. And then we should probably go by that standard is what I'm thinking.
Makes sense.
So, okay. Yeah. So anyways, moving on. Okay. So, now what, and you think they messed up how again? I need to write this down. You think that they messed up by not doing their mobile, all their mobile sucks, right?
The mobile is completely messed up, especially right. Because the community is like most of the features which they have on the desktop is not even present in the mobile version.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, because Americans especially, they love mobile. You know what I mean? Everything on here is about their phone, dude. Everything here is about your phone. Like I have no friends with laptops. None of my friends own laptops. Not even joking.
Sorry to interrupt, but Tarun, there's a website called bloom.io. I think Cake is somewhat similar to that thing.
Bloom?
Is it?
I like that
Yeah.
name, Bloom. Mobile is...
Okay, it's something different, right? Like,
No, it's
Okay.
like you can add your project details and like what are steps needed, what many hours is needed to complete that. The clients can view it. But I think we are doing something like this, but a better version. I think we can get some inspiration from this one.
Good job. That was a good job. Good find, Sean.
Tarun, there's a video. Just click on it. Damn, contract signing, dude. Tarun.
What happened?
We can use contract signing, right? Click on it. Just click. Don't you think?
Contract signing. Oh, hell yeah. That's fucking awesome. You know what that is? That means that, okay, so basically, yeah, I like that. That's a really good idea. You know what, though? This is like the only one I've ever heard of. You know that, guys? Like out of everything, this is the only one I've ever really heard of. And I think that ours is a little bit different because ours is going to have PM tools too. I like the name though, Bloom. That's cool. I like their little logo.
Tarun, go back to the homepage. Just play the video.
Yeah, play the video, please.
To those for whom convention is merely a concept. To those who can't be confined by four walls in a cubicle. To those who are fueled by curiosity and limitless possibilities. Coloring inside the lines wasn't an option.
Get to the point. Like, God, yeah.
Exactly.
What box? You value
Like a
risk,
TV
over
commercial.
safety, autonomy.
I
over
still don't know what the fuck they do. You know what I mean? I'm confused still. Like, that's one thing they're being
sunrise over
misleading.
punching the clock. You are the master of your own time. You're the
What does that have to do with
master,
this software,
the
though?
innovator, the trailblazer.
Get back with your art. What the fuck does that mean? Like, I don't understand what this means. Like,
Wait,
Bloom, where the
let
creative
me
growth,
share my screen.
where
I
creatives
think-
grow their business.
I think this
Okay.
video is for the company, not for this particular app.
Maybe Sean started
Yeah.
sharing screen.
The
See,
fact
like,
is that we're having to ask all these questions is not good, though. You know?
As of what I saw, this is a tutorial and he uses this for like tracking the hours and then how much you can ask from the client. They just
Can you
sign
look up
it
how
off.
much Bloom's worth? Can you look up how much Bloom's worth on Crunchbase or something, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen, Tarun.
Let's see how much they're worth real quick. I want to see how popular. I want to see like how much. Let's see. I've never heard of him though, and this is their field. I've never heard of Bloom before ever.
12.
How much?
Bloom.ai.
Bloom Industries. It's not gonna be Bloom Industries, is it?
No, that's not Bloom Industries.
$13 a stock. I would be like, wow, that's pretty good. You guys know Battis is on Crunchbase?
Actually, is it?
Yeah, he's on Crunchbase
Okay.
for like 200,000 or something because he raised the money. I don't know how to find him. I don't know what their name is. Like, I wonder what name they're under. We can do it later. I was just curious if we oh wait. How Bloom is going to change the world. Can you click that real quick? I guess up to the top that video. That video. Down
This one.
right there. Yeah, let me see. Is it talking about is it talking about Bloom, the project app?
Yeah, Bloom.ai.
Let me see this real quick. So I could totally see Bloom being maybe new because I don't know why markets haven't had an app like this a lot sooner. That always shocked me, you know? What's he saying? What are these guys doing sitting around a room with sunglasses on themselves? Like, I can't, this guy's weird.
What is this? Is it a vlog? Tarun, it's a vlog. Look at
What's he
that.
talking about? Bloom's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
change the world.
It's a vlog.
Scroll down.
I think what he's not showing the software, but then this explaining what it is in the form of a vlog.
Oh, wait. I do believe the future of Bloom.io. Okay, what's Bloom.io? Is Bloom.io the same as
Yeah, it's
Bloom?
the same thing.
See, I think it is the future too, because I'm telling you right now, guys, I think ours is gonna be better. But see, right now, guys, this is the time to get out now. We need to get this out like probably like next 5 months. It needs to be out, deployed, because I knew that we had an idea that a lot of people didn't. I knew that we did. And obviously Bloom, though, they have some things they can fix. And I hate those little fucking characters. I hate those things. They drive me nuts. Like, their bodies are disproportioned. I don't understand like why people find that attractive. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. Like, her legs are huge and her body's, I don't know. It's whatever. Like, you know, anyways, moving on. So I think, yeah, no more of those little characters. I can't stand those things. I'm going to be honest. I just can't. I don't like them. Okay, what's this guy have to say? Ooh, Peter Husky. Ooh, oh, Hurley. Ooh, okay, let's see what he has to say. Bloom, the best CRM. Okay, client. Yep, exactly. Because you know what I was going to tell you guys? We are not a project management app. We are a client relations app. Remember? For client relation managers. Remember I told you that?
Yep.
That's what this app is. Good job, Rush, for finding this, Sean. Actually, that was amazing that you found this because, yeah, I mean this is pretty much
because
exactly
you
our
asked me
idea.
like yesterday, like we are not making a project app, any management app. Then why are we searching for like Asana, like stuff that Tarun was
I
working
asked you that too, but he made a good point. He thinks that we should also add in the
Dude, I
project
think we're
management
going.
tools.
Yeah, I think we are going on a right track.
Yeah. Because we aren't a project management app. We weren't until T made a good point that we can be both, you know?
Yep, we can
Yeah.
be a part of both.
Yeah, we can be both because client relations manager, that's what it is. It's a client relations manager app that focuses on clients. I mean, imagine if you had a tool like this that you give your clients, how much more at ease clients would feel. You know what I mean? They would probably feel like, and not only that, guys, but I was getting my windows tinted, and the guy was like, man, I would love something like that for my business. You know, it doesn't just have to be, we don't have to just use it. This app doesn't just have to stop with like web development. People can use this for tracking them, like their medical procedure. You know what I mean? Like medical records are like, how long things are, like just tracking apps, you know, like people deserve to know besides email and a phone call. They can get updated now. It's 2021. Besides having to get updated via email and phone call. And you'll be surprised how many people I talk to that literally that's how they update their clients is email and phone call. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean? It's 2021. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to just log in somewhere and see what's going on, you know?
Yep.
People want convenience. They want what's quick, and they don't want to talk to anybody either, you know? So, yeah, so I mean, good job finding this. But like, what do you guys think about? We need to do a comparison on Bloom then, and like what they're lacking then, because that's definitely going to make sense. We can do that later, but I'm just saying. Okay, cool. Okay, so now and then, what would? So I'm just going to guess that yours would be ClickUp, right? If you could put one that you'd want us to be most like, it'd be like ClickUp, right?
I think that's the industry standard right now. So we'll
See, that's
have,
weird. I don't think it is. I think Gyro is the industry standard. That's
no,
what I keep hearing from.
whenever I look
Right.
at, I've searched like close to 10-15 times yesterday, like top 10 project management tools.
You have to
ClickUp
understand
always
those
ends up as the
Those Google
first
things
place.
are being okay, but those Google things are being paid for, like by people. You know those. That's why you have to go
No,
on Reddit.
I mean Reddit posts and Quora posts.
And Discord and stuff, because you have to go to the community. You cannot trust just Googling what's the best PM app, because like they're paying people off to do those. You know, those are all like, you know, those are all they hire a content writer that has a lot of like a reputation. He writes on his blog and he puts them as number one, you know, even though it sucks. Or like, that's why you can't trust Google. You have to like go to the community always.
And the
Always.
main reason I think that might be true is because the community is like, they literally are pushing out new updates every single week.
Yeah, they're on it. You know, they're on it. That's good. ClickUp's good. Good for them. You know, good for them. There's 7 billion people in the world. There's no reason why I don't think that some people might find us to be good for them. Does it make any sense?
Yep.
So that's why we have to keep looking at it like this, is that, like I said, the cars all do the same purpose, but there's, you know, 1,000 billion different cars. So we might have something. I mean, I honestly will use some apps over other apps because some look better than others. Doesn't make any sense. Like if I think that something looks prettier on my screen, I would rather use that app than one that does even better functionality wise sometimes, because it can just all really come down to like simplicity, you know, too, like the user feel and all that. We already know that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Ashwin, you're next.
Yep. So I'll stop my screen share.
Okay, thanks, T. Ashwin.
Guys, 4 minutes remaining.
Bye.
4 minutes?
I think you should create another one.
Yeah, I'll start another meet.
All
I'll
right.
stop the recording.